Okay, in this video we will be talking about the debugging. So debugging is the process of finding and resolving the bugs, defects or problems that prevent correct operation. So in this case, the bugs are not really like insects. So these bugs are logical errors in our code. So we will write our code and we expect some number as an output, but the output may be the different number. So that in that case we need to find where the problem arises. So to fully understand, I have this previous code: a is equal to 6 and b is equal to 2. These are the two variables. Okay, now what I'm going to do is okay, so I'm going to do some calculations on these variables. Let's say a is equals to a into 2. Say 2. Okay, now I'm multiplying 6 with 2, that is 12, and storing it in the same variable. Now a value has been updated, and what I'm going to do is I am again changing the a value. Up to this point the a value is 12. Okay, now I'm going to add 4. Now it being 16, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say by 4. So the finally a value will be 4. Okay, now what we can do is we can print out the a value. So let's run this and see whether we get a correct output. So first we are multiplying with 2, 12, 16, and then divide by 4. You get the 4 as an answer. So you can see the 4 has been the correct answer. So the problem arises when you did not get the expected output. We expected the 4, but what if the answer is some 10 or 100? So in that case what you're going to do is you're going to analyze each step and you need to find what is the a value in the each step. So how do you find it? You simply put this sorry you simply put the C out here after this step, and again put the C out after this step, and again okay, it's already been there. So what you want to do is you generally printing out the value of a. After each step it is going to get modified. So now if you run this, so you can see okay, first one is 12 and next is 16 and next is 4. So you can see here the output has been printed. So these are the this is how you try to solve any errors. Okay, but what if there are hundreds of lines and thousands of lines? So there are some 100 modifications on this variable. So putting 100 couts to print the value to the console to check the value is correct or not, it is very difficult task, right? So in that case what you are going to do is we are going to debug this program. So what generally we are going to do is we put a breakpoint at some of these instructions. You can see here are these lines. We expect that putting the breakpoint here because a value is 6, and after this at the first instruction it is going to be modified. So in the gray color column you can click on this to set a breakpoint. You can see the red color dot that indicates that breakpoint has been set. So whenever we run this local Windows debugger, the program executes the first line and the second line, third line until and so on, and after the 7th line it sees the breakpoint and then it pauses the program. And after pausing the program we can step through each of this instruction and see how the a value is going to be modified. So that is the debugging in a simple definition. So I have put the breakpoint at the line number 8 because up to now I have the a value 6, and at this step it is going to be changed. Okay, now let's click on this local Windows debugger. Okay, you can see the arrow mark, that is called instruction pointer. So you don't need to remind about know about this instruction pointer, so I'm just telling. So it is pointing to this instruction. So as you can see here, this is called view window. You can also say you can view your variable values. You can see this is the autos in the sense, whenever your program encounters a new variable, when it's going from top to bottom, it will add the value of it. You can see the value in hexadecimal, that is 6 and 2. A value 6 and B value 2 and the type of the integer. Now you can create your you can see the locals, those are the local variables. You can also set the watch one, that means your own variables to watch. So watch in the sense you are observing some variable values. You can also say C. Okay, of course it is not there C. You can also add B. So you can see whenever I hit the B and hit enter, you can see the value here and the type. So let me delete this one. You can also add some CPU registers here, but it's not much necessary for normal high level program languages. So if you're doing some assembly coding, this you can fill up these registers, CPU registers. It will be very helpful. So now let's go on to the autos. You can see the A value is 6, and if you go on to the console, you can see there is no output because the program has been stopped at this point. So there is no output. Okay, now what we can do is the CPU is going to execute this 8th line. Now here there are some buttons. I can click on the continue. This continue button will run the program from this breakpoint to the next breakpoint. As we do not have any breakpoint, it will continue the program all these lines at a time. So we are not going to do that. We are going to do is we are going to step into this function. You can see this step into button and step out and step over, step over. So this step into button will allow you to execute the exactly one instruction, and this step over also executes on exactly one instruction. But if there is a function in this line, it will skip over the function and it automatically executes the whole function. So we will see when we are looking at the functions, but just for now we are going to step into this. And step out means if you are in the function and if you want to step out of that function, you can click on the step out. So let me click on step over. So now after this execution, A value gets into 12. Click on step over. You can see here the hexadecimal value has been turned to C, that is 12. A is 10, B is 11 and C is 12. Now you can also right click on this. I think watch one. Let me add here. Okay, okay, hexadecimal is not a problem. So now let's step over this instruction. You can see the arrow mark has been moved down to 9th line. That means this line is going to execute next. Now you can see the value here, that is already C. That means 12 in decimal. Let's step over. You can see the value is 10 in hexadecimal, that is 16, and if you divide by 4, it is 4. So now we are going to output the value of A onto the console. So this is the console. Now if I step over, I can see the output. So this at this instruction, the output has been printed onto the console. So this is the basics of the debugging. You can see how easy it is putting the breakpoint and stepping over through these instructions and seeing the value of A to see whether we get the correct answer or wrong answer at each instruction. So this is the basics of the debugging. So in the next topic we will see about the debugging. That's why I am telling the basics of debugging now. Okay, let me close this. Okay, now we can restart this program running, or you can continue this, or you can stop this. So I can click on continue. Now you can close this window. Now to remove the breakpoint, click on the same red button. So these are the basics of the debugging. You can simply setting the breakpoint, and you can just step over the program and see the values how they are going to be changed. So that's all about this video debugging. I hope you have understood.